Yes. Let us see first order low pass active filter today. Okay. Let me draw the circuit diagram first. Yeah, this is your circuit diagram where you can see there is a feedback resistor connected R2, name can be anything. There is an input resistance R1 where supply voltage is given. This is where the signal to be filtered is applied, input signal. There is a capacitor C1 connected here, okay, which is playing a very important role. Okay, then let me draw its output. This is your gain AV. Okay, this is how it decreases. Here the gain will be 1. When your gain decreases to minus 3 dB, this point is called as cutoff frequency, FC. FC stands for cutoff frequency. Okay, and the fall rate is minus 20 dB per decade. Minus 20 dB per decade. Minus 20 because this is first order. For second order, the rate will become minus 40. Okay. Yeah. Let us see the design and derivation for this. How will you get R1, R2, C1 value? Okay. And how does it work? How it becomes low pass filter? Now let me call this point as VA. Okay. I'm just assigning a name because I will be using it. Now voltage at node A, how can I write? Voltage at node A is given as, how to write this? Visible, right? Yes. VA, voltage in the opposite branch, voltage divider rule. The opposite voltage is VI, input voltage, right? And its present impedances, here only we have capacitance, right? So how to write here? For the capacitance, remember my previous classes, minus j xc1, minus j xc1 whole divided by total resistance, total impedance. That is, on the opposite branch we have R1 plus minus of j xc1, right? So if I simplify this, if I just take its magnitude, by taking only magnitude, how can I write this? VA equal to, yes, tell me, yes, VI, this becomes XC1, this one, root of R1 square plus, this becomes XC1 square, isn't it? This is only by taking its magnitude. Now, if I say you that here resistor R1 and R2 are having same value, both are having same value, R1 equal to R2, then I say that the circuit is behaving as a voltage follower circuit. Voltage follower circuit. Okay, it means if I remove this resistor R2, if both are same, it is like this, isn't it? If both are same, your circuit becomes like this. If R1 equal to R2, your circuit behaves like this. And this circuit is called as voltage follower circuit. What is voltage follower circuit? Voltage follower circuit is a circuit where output is equal to input. Where output of the op amp is equal to input of the op amp. No change in the gain, no change in the gain. When there is no change in the gain, we call it as voltage follower circuit. And for that, there will not be any feedback resistance. Now in this case, what we do is, when we consider both of them as same, both of them as of same value, if R1 equal to R2, then it is behaving as if it is a voltage follower circuit, that is output is equal to input. Okay, we don't want any amplification in filter circuit, we just want it to do filtering work. Okay, active filter should do filter only, not amplification. If we require amplification along with filtering, that also can be achieved. Okay, now let me consider this as a voltage follower circuit. Op amp is connected as an voltage follower, hence output voltage V0 is equal to, yes, when it is working as voltage follower, output is equal to input, right? Output is equal to, what is input? If this is your output, input is VA. Yes, ultimately input is your V in, isn't it? So I can write V0 equal to VA. This means that my final output is equal to VA, right? V0 equal to VA. VA is what we have achieved here. It is same. VI XC1 divided by root R1 square plus XC1 square, isn't it? Now this is the gain. Okay, this is your output voltage. Now what is the gain of this active filter? What is the gain of this low pass active filter? Let me write here. Gain, that is, we know that gain of an operational amplifier is output by output by input, right? This is my output, right? I will take this VI is nothing but my V input, right? This becomes XC1 R1 square plus XC1 square. This is very important. Yes, this VI came here. This becomes AV. Same thing is written here. Okay. Now let us see how to get C1, R1 and R2. Yes, I have erased my previous part and just to have more space. Now, if you see this, the frequency response, this is called as frequency response of low pass filter. Frequency response of low pass filter. Now what happens when it is at lower frequency, what happens when it is at higher frequency, we will study. Okay. Now let us analyze what happens when the frequency is low. At low frequency, when the frequency is less, what happens to XC1? what happens to XC1? Yes, think. We know that XC1 is equal to 1 over 2 pi FC, right? XC is equal to 1 over 2 pi FC. This is from our basics, isn't it? When XC1 is, okay, yeah, when your frequency is less, means when your frequency term F, when this is less, when your frequency is less, what happens to XC1? XC1 term will increase, isn't it? Inversely proportional. When frequency decreases, XC1 will increase, right? If XC1 increases, I'll write here, at low frequency, XC1 is much larger than R1, isn't it? As your frequency is lower and lower in this portion, early portion, when your frequency is lower and lower, your XC1 is higher and higher, isn't it? So it will become so high that it is much larger than your R1. It is much larger than R1. So what is remaining here? XC1 only, right? So if it is so, R1 is so small that let me neglect this, right? Let me neglect this. So what I will be getting? AV equal to XC1 divided by R1 is removed, neglected. So I am having this, right? So this square and root gets cancelled. So I am remaining with XC1 by XC1. This is nothing but 1, isn't it? So AV is equal to 1, means gain becomes equal to 1. This is what we want, right? We want gain to be equal to 1 because R1 is equal to R2, that is, it is behaving as a voltage follower. So this is what we want. We want AV to be get equal to 1, then only your filter will be passing lower frequency portion. When A is equal to 1, when your gain is equal to 1, this portion of your frequency will be passed, will be allowed, okay, will not be blocked by the filter. As your frequency goes on increasing, so come back to this, as your frequency goes on increasing, XC1 goes on decreasing, okay, I will come to that sentence. But let me complete this part. When at the, let me repeat this. At low frequency, XC1 is much larger than R1. Therefore, gain AV is approximately equal to 1, that is AV, we obtained this, right? This is when at low frequency, remember, this is at low frequency. Now at higher frequencies, now the game is changed. At higher frequency, what happens to XC1? Higher frequency means when frequency increases. If frequency increases, XC1 has to decrease. If frequency increases, XC1 will decrease. If XC1 decreases, see this formula, AV formula. When frequency increases, AV will decrease, right? AV will decrease. So neglect this XC1. So what you are remained with? You are remained only with, I will do it here. I am remained with AV equal to, yes, XC1 is gone, 1 over, yes, root of R1 square, isn't it? Which is nothing but 1 over R1. Your AV will become equal to 1 over R1. Earlier it was becoming 1, right? So your gain was 1. Now the gain is 1 over R1. What is R1? R1 is a resistance. No matter what R1 value is, your gain is going to be lesser than 1, isn't it? When gain is equal to 1 over R1, R1 may be any value, it may be any value, your gain is going to be less than 1. It's going to be less than 1. You can consider some value for R1C, 1 over 2. If resistance is 2 ohms, this will become 0.5, gain will become 0.5, right? It should have been 1. Now the gain has become 0.5, half, right? So we say the gain is decreasing for any value of R1, isn't it? As your resistance goes on increasing, gain goes on decreasing. Okay, gain goes on decreasing. This is what happens, because of which, as the gain decreases here, as the gain decreases, this is where the filtering is happening. This is where the filtering is happening. As you progress further in the frequency, as frequency increases, Xc1 decreases, and your gain formula becomes AV equal to 1 over R1, because of which, instead of gain being remaining at 1, gain starts falling down. So your filtering will take place here, and when your reaches minus 3 dB, when your fall reaches minus 3 dB, because we also call it as half power output. At half power output, the gain is minus 3 dB, and where it cuts your gain is called as cutoff frequency. Cutoff frequency means this is the place where you cut your final frequency. This is the final limit. Hereafter, no more will be accepted. Only this portion will be passed. This is passed, and all this is blocked. This is blocked, and this is passed. Understood? Where I was? Yes, at higher frequency, what I was writing, Xc1 is much smaller, and the gain decreases. That is, the circuit attenuates the signal at 20 dB per decade. Fine. 20 dB because this is in first order. One important definition I will write here for cutoff frequency. The frequency at which the output voltage is down by 3 dB from its peak, from its pass frequency is called as cutoff frequency. Okay, this is called as cutoff frequency, FC. Very important definition here. So if at higher frequency, when Xc1 increases, I can write like this to show you that how the fall happens. In the above equation, that is AV Now if R1 equal to XC1, if R1 becomes equal to XC1, then what happens to AV? Then AV equal to, tell me, if both of these are same, then this becomes 1 divided by 1 square plus 1 square, isn't it? Nothing but 1 over root 2, right? So I can write here, this becomes equal to 1 over root 2, 1 over root 2, which is nothing but, this will give you 0.707, right? 0.707, which is nothing but minus 3 dB fall in the gain, minus 3 dB fall in the gain. Okay. Therefore, I don't have space, so I require to clean this here. Yeah, where I was. Therefore, we came to know that cutoff frequency occurs at when XC1 is equal to R1, that is FC1 equal to 1 over 2 pi R1 C1. How did I got this? We know that from basics. This is from basics once again. We already know that XC1 is equal to 1 over 2 pi FC1 R1, right? We already know this. Now FC1, right? Yes, FC1. So I can replace this FC1 equal to 1 over 2 pi XC1 C1, right? Now if XC1 is equal to R1, I can replace this as 1 over 2 pi R1 C1. This is my FC1. Same thing is written here. Okay. So finally, design I want to write. Design for the low pass filter, where how will you get R1? R1 you have to get like this, 0.1 VBE divided by IB max. You know what is VBE voltage, what is IB max current? This is what R1 is. What is R2? R2 is equal to R1. This is the condition for it to work as a voltage follower, right? R2 should be equal to R1. What is C1? We have, right? We have FC1 equal to 1 over 2 pi R1 C1, isn't it? So therefore, from this I can write C1 equal to 1 over 2 pi FC1 into R1. This is the formula for your capacitance C1. Got it? So let us have one problem here on the same topic, which will give you a good idea about this filter. Okay, let me write question. Yes, this is your question. Using 741 op amp, design a first order active low pass filter to have a cutoff frequency of 1 kilohertz. This is your question. FC1. Okay, this is your question, where FC1 is given to you as 1 kilohertz. Nothing is given. You have to draw the circuit, find out the values of the elements R1, R2 and C1. Okay, first draw the circuit. How the circuit is? This is your minus, plus VCC, minus VE. Here you have one resistor. This is your output. This is your R2, right? Here you have your resistor 1. Then you will be having a capacitor R1 C1. This is your V in, right? Now FC1 is given. We know that R1 is equal to 0.1 VBE divided by IB max. 0.1 VB is 0.7, IB max is how much? 500 nano amperes. So this will give you R1 equal to 140 kilo ohms. R1 equal to 140 kilo ohms. But the standard is 120K. Standard. You don't have 140K resistor available in market. You only have 120K. Okay, the nearer is 120. So we take this as 120 kilo ohm as final. Therefore, R2 is equal to R1, that is 120 kilo ohm as standard. You have to write this. Okay. Now what is remaining? R1 is done, R2 is done. Next remaining is C1 value, right? Yeah. We know that at cutoff frequency XC1 is equal to R1, isn't it? XC1 equal to R1. That is, we already have a formula C1 equal to 1 over 2 pi FC1 R1. FC1 R1, that is 1 over 2 pi. What is FC1? 1 kilo, right? 1 kilo means 10 raised to plus 3. Then R1. R1 is, what value will you choose? 120 or 140? You have to choose 120K. Okay, because 120 you have chosen as standard. Now you will be thinking, how will you understand 120 is standard, 140 is not standard? For this you will be given a data sheet wherein a list of standard values will be provided, and you will be also allowed to carry this table sheet even in your exams. Okay, this will be allowed to carry in your exams also, which is standard, which is not standard. Okay, so you will finally will get C1 equal to 1326 picofarad, means it is coming out to be 10 raised to minus 12 farads. That is C1 equal to 1326 picofarad. Now we once again we don't have 1326, we have 1300 picofarad as standard value. Okay. This is how you have to solve. And after getting the final values R1, R2, C1, put a block like this to highlight your answer. Okay. It is still better if you write it here. What is C1? 13 picofarad. What is R1? 120K. R2 is 120K. Like this. So this is what the solution is. This is how you have to design. Thank you.